Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to today's English lesson, where we're going to be analysing a character's backstory. Now then, a backstory is a set of events that happen before the main part of the story. Again, we talked earlier in this unit about why authors might use backstories. Can you remember why that might be? Well, using a backstory and an author's use of it, it can help sort of the author explain why the characters become the person that they are. It also helps the reader to understand the character's thoughts and their actions better. It helps us to relate to them, to empathise with them, or just to understand them a little bit more. Now, a backstory can be told in one go, or it can be broken down into smaller little mini stories that spread throughout the story, also known as flashbacks. Well, let's look at some parts of the text which give indication of Zoe's character and personality. So one of the extracts here was, Zoe was a loner, she preferred to be on her own, it was safe that way because you never knew who you could trust. Well, that shows us that Zoe is wary and distrustful of others, and she prefers to keep to herself. Zoe looked at the other boats. There was still a little room to be had. She decided to help her dad, to make the decision for him. "You go with Mum, she needs you," she yelled. Zoe loves her parents, and she doesn't want to see them suffer. She is selfless, putting their needs before her own. She mostly drank rainwater. She had hidden a series of tins and pans in various places. She would collect the water after every rainfall and store it in her bottles. Again, this shows us that Zoe is resourceful and has learned how to look after herself. She can survive on her own. And finally, Natasha was there too. That hurt most of all. Natasha was the closest thing she had to a friend. "Sorry," she said to herself quietly. Again, this shows that she is caring and she doesn't like to cause hurt or upset to others. So these little flashbacks are part of the backstory of Zoe, help us to understand Zoe in more detail, without the author just coming out and saying she is caring, she is distrustful of others. Okay, it really adds to our stories. Now, on your sheet today, you've got the backstory of Sarah. So when you read that, think, what might have happened to her before she comes to the island? Was she different before then? Does this backstory go to some ways to explaining why Sarah is like she is? So that's your task for today. You will need to read the backstory of Sarah and then answer the questions on the sheet. Of course, if you need more room, then you can do it on paper. And of course, if you don't have a printer, then just make it as subheadings on a piece of paper and just send me a photograph on the paper. That's absolutely fine. Send all work to me as soon as it's finished, preferably before 12 o'clock, but definitely before 3. And of course, there are challenges on Study Ladder if you want to have a go there. So, Year 6, I look forward to speaking to you a little bit more this morning when we're talking more about backstories. Otherwise, have a lovely session, and I will see you soon. Thank you, and goodbye.